Yeah, I hear you.
Okay,
Yeah, I am able to. Yeah.
right. So in last class, what we learned?
We learned about factor.
Yeah, we learned one thing that is called as factors. Okay, and we know
Two types.
are basically variables are two types. Variables are two types. Number one that is called as continuous
Continuous variable.
variables. Number two is called as categorical
And
variables. Two types of variables we have it. Now, factors are useful to define. Factors are useful to define categorical
categorical variable.
variables. Variables. Right. Examples of categorical variables is like gender,
Gender,
then
eye color,
we have here eye color, we have here months names, so on. Okay, we are aware of it technically how to create the factor. Next, we are aware of what is the meaning of levels, meaning of levels. Now, name the titles or labels. Name the titles are labels, and we know what you mean by order, levels. How to do the ordering of the levels, we are aware of it. This is what we learned, and today is very important concept that is called as today we are going to learn very important one that's called as data frame. Data frame. So whatever we have the data frame, it is equal to regularly we have been working with let us say Oracle or Teradata or any database or any file system. We are going to work with the one term. The term is called as table, right? So data frame is nothing but one table. I can compare like that. Data frame is nothing but one table. I can create data frame by importing a Excel file, or I can import a CSV file, or I can import a XML file, or I can import from Oracle or Teradata, any relational database basically, any relational database. Instead of saying like that, we can say any RDBMS, we can go and we can import it. It may be Oracle or Teradata, etc. Okay, if you want to create manually also you can create it. So we also can create manually. We also can create manual. Okay, and data frame is nothing but collection of vectors. Collection of vectors. So you know EMP table, right? In the EMP table, I can say EMP number column is a one vector. E-name column is a one vector. Okay, salary column is a one vector. Each column I can say as a one vector. Each column I can say as a one vector. So it's a how many columns are available, that means vectors I can say here. So data frame is nothing but collection of vectors, right? So row whatever we have here in the data frame data frame. Row is equal to, we used to say as observation, and column is equal to, we used to say as variable. Column is equal to, we used to say as variable. So in the data frame, if I say row, that is observation. If I say column, that is a variable. If I say column, that is a variable. Okay, that's what you have to learn about the theoretically. Okay, let us go and try to walk through our notes so that we get the more inputs about it. Let me go for data frames. Now, first point about it. In simple words, a data frame is a table. Rows are called as observations. Columns are called as variables. Columns can be different data types. For example, EMP number, it is a number data type. EMP name, it is a string data type. Character data type, I meant to tell. Then we have here higher date, it is a date data type, something like that. One column should store only one data type. One column should store only one data type. If I say EMP number, we have to store only numbers in that one. And no requirement will demand you to store the some of the things as numbers, some of things as strings like that. Okay. Now creating one data frame. Generally, we are going to create data frame by importing CSV files or relational database or Excel, etc. Generally, that is what the procedure what we are going to do it. But in our case now, we are trying to do here. In our case now, we are trying to do here. First, let us see how to create manually. How to create manually, we are going to understand here. Okay, for this, what is our definition? Data frame is nothing but collection of vectors. So we created a vector that is called as EMP number. We create a vector that is called as ename. We create a vector that is called as salary. Then we create a vector that is called as hire date. Or simple words, for example, let me open the R. I am trying to create a vector that is called as, let us say, A is a one vector. In the A vector, I am trying to store, let us say 1, 2, 3. I stored like that. And B is a one vector. I am trying to store here, let us say A, then B, then C. Then close it, then enter. Now I want to create a vector that is data frame that is called as data frame underscore test. I want to create the data frame underscore test. Then here I want to pass here these two things we want to pass it. The syntax to create is we have to write here data dot frame. We have to write it. What you have to write? Data dot frame. So I am writing here data dot frame. I said it is a collection of vectors. So one vector is A, second vector is B. So close this bracket, then enter. It is vector data frame is created. Now if you go and try to see the data frame test, now we are able to see these things. You are able to see this one. So if you want to see how many rows we have in this data frame, you can go and you can check it out. Number of rows, data frame underscore tst. Now you can observe how many rows are there. How many rows are there? 3 rows are available. And if you go and try to observe here number of columns, we can see here 2 columns we have it. And if you want to know more information about this one, let us say str of df underscore tst, then we are able to see the total information. So it's a data frame of how many observations? How many observations? 3 observations. So one observation is nothing but here one row is called as one observation. So row is equal to observation. And how many columns we have here? This is a column. The column is equal to variable. If I say column or if I say variable, both are one and same. So we have here 3 observations and 2 variables we have it. Now we are aware of it, one point, that terminology is very important. A data frame is nothing but collection of vectors, and each row in that one is called as observation. Each row in that one is called as observation. Each column in that one is called as variable. Each column that one called as variable. Now, let us say I am trying to create here one more thing. For example, C vector I am creating it. So in the C vector I am trying to pass here, let us say vector C 1, 2, 3, 4. Now enter. I am trying to override above data frame whatever available I am trying to override. And as you know, the syntax to create the data frame is data dot frame. We have to take it. And the vectors I am passing here A, comma B, comma C. Now close it. Then enter. Now what it is saying? What it is saying? Error in data.frame. Arguments imply differing number of rows. Number of rows. How many rows we have in the? How many elements we have in the A? 3. How many things we have in the B? 3. But how many things we have in the C? 4. 4. So the length of the vectors which are used in the data frame, the length of the vectors which are used in the data frame should be same. Your length is 3, your length is 3. So another length also we are expecting 3 only, not the 4. Not the 4. If different lengths of the vectors are available, we cannot create the data frame. We cannot create the data frame. Am I clear, Ignatius?
Yes. I don't. Yesterday, I thought we touched something about is it rolling, where you have you don't have equal number of data in each frame. Or I don't know. I might have been reading that. So I don't understand how that ties into this.
No. What is this?
That is a row.
That is our general terminology, right?
Right.
But in our data frame terminology, it is called as observation. Okay, and what is A here?
A is a column.
Column. That is our general terminology. Okay, here it is called as
variable.
Variable. That's what I am trying to tell. Okay, next. Here I am trying to I want, let us say, number of rows available in this data frame means there is a predefined function n of row. To see the number of columns, we have the function n column. If we want to see the full information, I have to go for str. Then I am trying to create one data frame with unequal lengths. This has length is how much? How many elements we have it? 1,
3,
2, 3. So length is what? 3 is the element. 3 is the length. In this vector also, how many things are available?
3.
3. A, B, C. 3 only available. But how many things are available here?
4.
So unequal lengths, right? Whatever we are passing this, vectors, this vectors length should be same. Length should be same. Length is not same, vectors length is not same, then it's going to throw this kind of problem. Okay, right. Now let us go and try to see some activities so that we come to understand. And one more point is, just like that we created this one here, but reality we are not going to create data frame manually. Mostly we are going to import the data frame. For example, if you go and try to see in our lab data folder, we have here one file. That file is called as, let us say, EMP file is available. In the EMP file, this is what the data we have it. We are aware of it, EMP number, comma, ename, comma, JF, comma, MGR. This table is aware of it or not? Yes. Now, already my system is pointed to what? My lab data folder. get working directory. My working directory is available, lab data folder is available, right?
Right.
Right. If I want to read that file, I can go and I can read it. See here, I have some scripts already available. Open the script. Not here, okay. Okay. So if I want to read that one, there is a script is available. I can go and I can do here read dot csv. Read.csv. What is the name of the file we have here? emp. So we can write here directly emp dot txt is the name of the file, whatever we have it. And in this one we have the headers are available or not? Headers are available. So headers is equal to, we are saying as true. Headers is equal to true, then enter. Cannot open the connection, edition warning, we cannot open the file. No such file or directory. No such file or directory. Why it is not there? emp.csv. Okay. So I written here something wrong. Yeah, test I written. This is what? Is a csv file. Now we are able to see all the data, right?
Right.
Simply we are saying as I can go and I can store this data. Emp is equal to, I can say as read dot csv file and open the bracket, and whatever we have the emp.csv comma header we have here, header is equal to true. I can go and I can, sorry, it should be capital, then enter. Oh sorry, and one more mistake happened. One more mistake happened here. I need to close this one, right? This is the correct one. Now enter, we are able to see here emp. Now if type the emp, we are able to see it. And I want to read here, let us say first element, then I can go and I can read the first element emp number. Now what is this emp number? It is a vector or not? System internally will treat each column as a one vector. Okay, now we are writing here, let us say emp $salary. We are able to see salary column. And we are trying to see emp $dept number. We are able to see that one. Okay, so something like that we can go and we can read here the data whatever we have it. Okay, anyhow, this is the actual way of how to read the data from, how to create the data frame. So if you go and try to see class of emp, we already aware of class function. So then what is emp showing here? It's a data frame. It is a data frame. So you can create here, you can create our data frame in two ways you can create it. One is by importing from different files like CSV files, relational databases, Excels, etc. Second is by creating what? Manual. Now today we are concentrating primarily on the manual. Today we are going to concentrate primarily on the manual. That's what I am trying to do here. So we are trying to create here emp.data is a one data frame. By passing four vectors here, emp number is a one vector, ename is a one vector, salary is a one vector, date is a one vector. And that is really happened or not, we are printing and we are observing the data. Let us go and try to do this one. Yes, Prasad, I am giving control to you, but I don't have the option. Okay, Ignatius, I am giving control to you. I gave it. Okay. Please go to the R, and I am trying to clear this space also. I am making this window somewhat comfortable. Okay. So, and one more point I want to add here is, Here, how many lines of code is available? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 lines of code, right?
Right.
If more lines of code is available, really it is suggestible is not to write directly in the R console. Okay, if you write something in the R console directly, then something you need to modify once you went to the third line or second line. If you want to modify the first line, it is not possible, right?
Right.
So that is the reason we have here one file that is known as what?
Editor.
New script that is called as editor. So editor is available. Even these two windows you can adjust using the windows. In the windows there is an option called as tile vertically. I want this R console first. I want means, so keep this R console first and go for the tile vertically. Now we are able to see this is first. Okay, whichever window you clicked, whichever window is active, then if you go for tile vertically, that window will be coming in the first, second window is going as a second. For example, I am writing here empty cars, empty cars. Then from the keyboard, there is a control R option is available. I can use control R. Directly, what happened here? Empty cars corresponding data we are seeing. It is a predefined data frame. It is a predefined data frame. For example, just now I created EMP, then control R, then we are able to see EMP corresponding data. Okay, or I am saying, let us say, I want to go for CARS, cars also predefined one. If you don't want to use the shortcut of keyboard, there is an option is available that is called as what?
Run line selection.
Run line or selection. Now we are able to see cars corresponding data, we are seeing it. Okay, this cars and empty cars is predefined data frames. For practice purpose are given those all predefined data sets. Okay, if you want to know more about this these things, you know how to go to the help document. So you can type here empty cars, you can type like this and you can see the documentation. So what it is on data set motor trend car road tests. Motor trend road car tests. That data was extracted from 1974 blah blah magazine and about the cars. So what is the miles per gallon, number of cylinders, displacement, gross horsepower, like that we have a number of options. Okay, we'll talk about those things later. Now time being, I am trying to clear the workspace whatever available. I am clearing the editor also. Now go and try to type here whatever I want it. So I want to create here one vector with this data. So go and try to create a vector with the name of data frame with the name of EMP1. I want EMP1. Type it EMP1.
Using the editor or using our console?
Which is you feel like easy.
Okay,
which is you feel like easy.
Let me start with this one today. I'll continue with this one and I'll come back to I'll practice that one later.
That's fine. You can try with that. Let us go and try to make this document also available to you. Yes, try it now. Right, we created one vector EMP number E123. The second vector ename with the Ram, Raz and Rani. And we are creating one more vector salary, 1000, 2000, 3000. We are creating one more vector, hire date. Do we have the date data type in R?
No, I didn't see it.
We didn't see right in the beginning.
No. No, we don't have. Yeah.
That is the reason we are defining character and that we are converting to the date. We are defining as a character and that we are converting it as a date.
Ram, then that this data type is available in R or what?
Data types?
It is available in R or what? R language.
No. In R directly it is not available. That is the reason we are defining as a character and that we are converting into the date. To convert like that, they given the as that date format they given.
Mm-hmm.
And double quotes is missing over there. And some place we are writing single quotes, some place we are writing double quotes. In the beginning, we have the double quote.
Right.
Right. Two brackets we have to close. Three brackets have to close. Enter. Now it's created one data frame to see that class of emp.data. Class of emp.data. Then enter. It's a data frame what you created. Now I want to see the data frame entire data, emp.data. Then enter. So these are the four columns what we created: emp number, ename, salary, and hire date. Okay, and I want to see the structure of the data, str of emp.data. Tell me how many observations we have?
3.
Yeah, right. How many variables we have?
4.
4. That's right. Enter. So now we are seeing here 3 observations and 4 variables. And by default, system treating a string data type data, a character data type data, whatever we have it, system is calculating that as a factor. Okay, factor 3 different values it is calculating, right?
Right.
Now I don't want to treat this as a factor. I want to treat this as a character. I want to treat that as a character. How I can do that? There is a, while you are defining this code, we have to write here one extra parameter that is called as string as factors is equal to false. If you add this extra parameter, then it is going to treat as a character. Now this is the problem what we are facing now. Now above code only I want to modify. Just I want to add here extra comma I want to put it, and I would say string as factors is equal to false, right?
Right.
If I want to type entire this code, how you will type it? Again you have to type it, right? You have to use keyboard up arrow mark or something you have to use and you have to type it again. If I have the editor is available with me, here I can modify first line or second line happily and I can execute again, right?
Right.
That's what the benefit of this. So let me copy this, whatever we have it. I'm copying it, I'm pasting here. So let us remove this, and also plus symbols also not needed. We are removing it. Plus symbols are available only in the R console to indicate it is a new line. Now we have all the code is available here. Now extra we have to write here that is saying comma. What is the parameter we have to write it? String as
String.
factors is equal to false. So we are writing string as factors is equal to false. We are writing it. Right?
So in next, oh, okay, you already put it in.
String as facts.
You just copy and paste.
Sorry?
You just copied and paste.
Right. I copied and pasted. Okay. Now this code only I copied and pasted here. Now I want to execute
Right.
code here. I want to execute it. You know how to execute it. Just select entirely. There is option called as run line or selection. If I click on that, then you can observe it is ran. Now go and try to see here str of this one. So str of emp dot data. Now you can observe we're able to see here what is this showing?
Character.
Character. So Ram, Raz, Ran is the character what we are trying to see here. Okay. So if you want system to treat not as a factors, it has to treat as a character, then we have to enable one of the parameter. That parameter is known as strings as factors is equal to false. By default it is available as a true. Got it? Okay. That's the point. Next one is summary of data in DataFrame. If I want to know the summary, like in EMP number column, what is the minimum value, what is the first quarter, median, mean, third, maximum, blah blah. Those all things we can go and you can see the statistics. Okay, so you can write here, let us say summary. Yes, type here summary, SUMMARY, bracket open, emp.data. Now close the bracket. Now click on the Control R from the keyboard. Control plus R.
I'm using a mouse.
Yes. Now we have here emp.data. We got it right. We got each and every column. Minimum value is what and maximum value is what. Okay, and what is the length of the each column? We are able to see it. The length of the column is 3, right? So some statistics we are able to see about the table. That's what about summary. Next, exercise, create one more data frame with the name df and with below data. Now we are just writing here 3 columns. Other words, I can say 3 variables: name, age, and is Indian or not. Name, age, and is Indian or not. This is what the vector. This is what the data frame I want to create it. You know how to create it, right? First, you create a vector called as name. Second, you create a vector called as age. Third, you create a vector called as Indian. These 3 vectors using, you create a data frame. You'll do it in offline. Or now only.
Yeah, kind of rusty. Yeah, but we could try.
We'll try now. Okay, so we can copy and paste this code above whatever we have it. Similar to this, what we are expecting now, in place of this one, what we are expecting, name. So we want here name. First column is name, and name as what are the values I want it? Ram Reddy, Robert, Robson, Razu. So we are going to write here Ram Reddy, then Robson, then Robert, then one more is what? Razu. So we return first column. What is second column? Age. So we have to write here the second column. The second column as age. Age is equal to, we can write here a vector of How much is the numbers? 38, 40, 42, 38, 40, 42,
40,
and 25.
25.
25. Now we want here next one Indian or not. So we are just validating is a Indian or not. So C, and we are giving here true, false, false, true. So true, then false,
That's
and
equals to, right?
false. It's a predefined value, right? It's a logical value,
Yeah,
predefined
that's
value.
supposed to be
No,
equal.
no, Ram, that Indian is equal to you have to give, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. Now I selected the selection, click on here. Now error unexpected symbol in is oh sorry, comma is missing. Comma is missing over there. So we are trying to enter here. Now if we go and try to see emp dot data1, emp dot data1. Now enter, we are able to see all the things. Name is Indian. And this editor whatever available, if you want to save it, you can save it. Tomorrow if you want it, you can use it. So we are trying to save into the lab data folder. By default is going over there. Then DataFrame script. It's a script of the DataFrame. Tomorrow if you want to use at any point of time, you can use it. Okay, we saved this one in our lab data, we saved it. Got it?
Yes. Yes.
Now that's what the meaning of that. Let us move on to the next one. Extract specific columns of a data frame using column names. I want here EMP number, then I want here ename, then I want here salary. These are the three columns what I wanted. If you want to access any one column, you have to write here data frame dollar symbol followed by that variable or column name. So let us go and try to write this one so that we get things. So we have to write here what is our data frame? Data frame emp dot, right? So data dot frame. Then in this data frame, I want here emp dot data is the name of the data frame. In this one, I have the column called as emp number. I want it, comma emp dot data. I want the column name called as, let us say, ename. Then emp dot data. Then I have the column name that is called as, let us say, salary. Now we are closing that one. Let us go and try to click on this. It will be executed here. We got the data. Okay, three variables we got it. Three variables data we are able to see it. Now extract the first two rows and then all columns. First two rows I want it, then all the columns we want it. Then simply we are going to write here first two rows we want it. First two rows and all columns. Okay, and first two rows means nothing but rows are called as your what? Observations. And columns are called as what? Variables. Now let us go and try to read like that. What is my data frame name? emp dot data is my data frame name. In this emp dot data, I want here first two rows I want it. First two rows I want it. So see, I want here 1 comma 2 comma and all the columns we want it. So we are trying to write like this. Then move it. Oh sorry, brackets problem. Then move it. Now we are able to see here first row and second row, and columns is what? Nothing is specified. Nothing is specified means I want all the columns I want it. I want all the columns I want it. For example, same thing I am trying to write here one more way. Suppose I want only first row I want it. First row we want. Okay, then what way you can write it in this format if you want to write it?
CO
1,
1,
comma, close the
then
bracket.
close the bracket.
Then if you go and try to execute it, we're able to see first row we are seeing it. Suppose if you want, let us say first column I want it. First column I want it. So what you can write it?
Employee dot data,
Flower
comma,
bracket open, then
bracket,
comma
comma 1.
1. So we are not specifying any rows, and we are specifying a column. So what is this one? First column means 1, 2, 3. We got it because first column is what? Employee number. Okay, that employee number has 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 we are getting here, right? If I want here first and second columns, let us say first and second columns, then we can write here emp dot data, then comma
bracket of
C
of 1, 2.
1 comma 2. Then close this one and we can write it. How to comment in R? If I want to write some comment line in the R, how to write it?
//
This is the what we have to write the comment. So if we go and try to execute these two commands here, let us execute it. Then we are able to see this is commented. Nothing is happened. That is not executed. This is executed. Okay. If you want to provide user-friendly comments, you can provide here. That's fine. Now we got here extracting specific columns and extract the first row and then all columns. Then extract the first two columns and then all rows. Extract specific rows and specific columns. This also we are aware of it, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I want here first row and second column and third column I want it. Right. Add a column to a data frame. Okay, this is something good. You want to extend your table. You want to extend your table or data frame. I want to add a debit number column or debit number variable. I want to add to your data frame. Debit number variable I want to add to your data frame. So simply we are saying as emp.data $department number, and that one we are mapping with what are the values? 10, 20, 30 is the values what we are mapping, right? Okay, let us go and try to do that one. What we are trying to do? Add variable to data frame. Okay, now we are trying to add here emp.data whatever we have it, and it's a comment line. Let me give the comment, and then we are writing here emp.data. What column I want? Department number is the column. Then we are mapping with a vector of 10 comma 20 comma 30. Let us go and try to execute it. We are executing it. Now if you see the data of this one, we are trying to see the data. Once we did it, emp.data, then go and try to see it. How many variables we are seeing now? How many variables are seeing now?
5.
5 variables. This debit number variable just now we added. This debit number variable just now we added. Okay, let us move on to the next one. Add row to the data frame. Okay, this is somewhat observation we are adding. We are adding observation we are adding to the existing data frame. For that, what we are doing is we are creating one more data frame with new data. There is no way to add directly one row to here. So what we will do is we will create one new data frame. That new data frame will merge it. So we are creating here one new data frame. We are creating it with the values. These are the values whatever available. Okay, then we are able to see this is a new data frame. Let us go and try to do this one. So we are trying to do here. We are creating create new data frame with one observation and 5 variables. Creating new data frame with one observation and 5 variables. And we are saying this name as emp dot new data is the my name of the data frame I want it. Name of the data frame what I want it. Then syntax to create the data frame is what? Data dot frame. Okay, now this is the place where you have to define all whatever you want it. First is what? emp number. That I am defining this as let us say 4. Second is what? ename. That I am defining this as let us say what is the value we given
John.
here? Ravi. So we are giving as Ravi. And next what do you want? Salary. The salary we are giving as a let us say 4,000. 4,000. And of course we need a comma, right? Next we want here hire date. Hire date. The hire date I want to define here as dot date. We have to convert this into the date, and we are providing some date, let us say 17, then 10, then 2017, something like this we provided. For example, 2017 we provided. Okay, now close this bracket. And next we have here DPT number. I want to pass this as a 40, and we are giving here comma. Then we are trying to close this bracket. Any mistakes I did?
Don't see any.
So let us go and try to run this one. So entire this one we are trying to run it. Error. What is error?
Could not find function as dot.
Yes, yeah, there is a mistake. You know already it is case sensitive, right? What is the D?
Okay.
It should be capital. But what I written?
Lowercase.
Smaller.
That is the issue. So throughout R we should be very careful. Okay, it is case sensitive. Now if you go and try to write here, I want to see the data of this new record, new observation, emp new data. Then if I go and try to execute it, we are able to see that new row. Now we created one new data frame we created, but this new data frame I want to merge with the existing data frame. Then my row adding will be complete, right? So how to do that? So we are trying to say as emp.data, there is a function called as rbind. R stands for row. Row we are trying to bind it. Our old data and our new data, this old data and new data we are mapping to the same object called as emp.data. Is it clear?
Yep.
Right. Now let us go and try to see that one, how to do it. So we are trying to say as emp dot data. I can say here heading as we are trying to do here what we are doing, merge two data frames. We are trying to merge two data frames. We are matching. Then what is our data frame matching purpose? What are you using? rbind is the function. First data frame is called as emp.data, and second data frame is called as emp.new data. Then we are trying to execute this merging this process. Then execute it. Now it's executed. I would like to see now what is the data we have it, emp.data. Now go and try to execute this. Then we're able to see emp.data. How many rows are available now? Fourth row. Fourth row is added or not? Fourth row is
Right.
added. Fourth row is added. Okay, right. We are
So since you merge it,
sorry.
hello.
Yeah.
Since we merge the two data frames, and you could use emp.data to pull the data, so you could also still use emp.new data. You still pull the same data after you've done the merge.
No, I didn't.
Or does one take precedence over the other?
Sorry. No, I didn't get the question.
We just merged two data frames.
Yeah,
We just merged two data frames,
that's right.
and we're able to view the data by using the name of one of the data frames, emp.data. So my question is, we merge the two. Does one name take precedence over the other? If we use emp.new data, are we able to still see the same data?
No. See, what this merging is completed. After merging completed, I map it to where?
Okay, emp.data. Okay.
That's what I am seeing it. If you see the emp.new data, you will see only one record. emp.new
Okay.
data. If you
New
go and
data.
try to execute here, we are seeing one record. Actually, here I given the, maybe its confusion is because of I given the same name. I can map to anywhere. Okay, I can map to here given, let us say
Right.
one I given. Okay, if I given the one, then what will happen? That is available in the one only. Now, second time also it is merged, right? That is the reason duplication is came. Are you getting my point? Second time I merged it, that is the reason duplication we got it, right? Are you with me? ఏంటమ్మా కనెక్షన్ పోయిందా అని చేసావా